Madam President, the IRS should not have the right to spy on American bank accounts, period. We all know the list of reasons why Democrats' $3.5 trillion tax and spend spree is a disaster. It'll bury the American people in a mountain of debt, crushing inflation, and require new taxes. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, nonpartisan, warns that this spree could exceed $5 trillion in terms of the deficit. But aside from the economic disaster of this tax and spending spree, the White House and congressional Democrats want to force banks to report details of every American's bank account to the IRS. This is nothing less than mass, indiscriminate government surveillance of Americans, giving IRS bureaucrats unfettered access to Americans' personal, private finance, which is a gross invasion of privacy and an abuse of power. Democrats say that this reporting requirement will only target the rich. But, according to the New York Times, the Biden administration's original plan was to have banks quote, provide data for accounts with total annual withdrawals or deposits worth more than $600. $600 over the course of a year. I don't know if I can think of anyone other than maybe the 8-year-old child whose parent opens up an account for them to have an account. No one else which has an account will have less than $600 in transactions over the course of a year. This would lead to almost every American's their banking information being transferred to the IRS, and this is what the Biden administration is advocating for. If you're a small business owner, it will be as if you are spied upon. If you are a family looking to buy your first home, you will be as if spied upon. If you sell your neighbors some fishing rods, hey, the IRS is going to know about it. If you're a single working mom trying to take care of your children, paying for daycare, they will know it. But now, some are saying we will raise the cutoff to $10,000. But that doesn't mean that they will limit their espionage, if you will, to transactions over $10,000. No, this will say that anyone with more than $10,000 transactions on an annual basis, cumulatively, out of a single bank account, that will have to be reported. And there's the rub. Changes almost nothing. Most Americans still fall within this category and will be caught within the surveillance scheme. If you pay rent, you'll be spied upon. If you buy a new car to drive your child safely to and from school, the IRS will know it. This is wrong. On top of a clear violation to our right to privacy, it is also just terrible policy. The reporting requirements in the $3.5 trillion Democratic-only, no Republicans, tax and spend spree will create an unreasonable amount of burden on banks and credit unions to report and record massive amounts of data. Lastly, let's think about why this bill, reconciliation, Democrat-only play, why it wants keys to your bank account. They need it to help spend for the $3.5 trillion tax and spending spree. $3.5 trillion with a T dollars. They say they're only going to catch ultra-wealthy tax cheats. That would be a good thing, but that's not what this legislation does. This legislation doesn't look at the ultra-wealthy, it looks at us all. Now, no one wants people to cheat on their taxes. If people are cheating, they should be caught. Republicans have always supported people paying the taxes they owe. What we oppose is a bill with not a single substantive committee hearing in the Senate, which will be pushed through on a strictly party line vote, in which the American people's concerns about this level of surveillance of their bank accounts goes without comment, and in which the bill directs the IRS to know details of almost every single American's bank account. That's what we object to. Democrats are showing us the harm government can do when they don't care about citizens' privacy. They're showing their real power, their real priority is having an ability to look into our lives on a scale previously unimaginable. It is unacceptable, un-American, and should be opposed. And with that, Madam President, I yield the floor.
Have you noticed that as everything around you seems to decline, one thing still grows? It is the power of your rulers. None of their plans and directives have solved your problems or made your life better. The only result has been their increased control over you at the cost of your freedom. Do you know why? You gave them the power.